so that that was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
As if Skyrim didn't have enough outsiders. Now we've got mercenaries from Hammerfell strutting about.
But I have it set so that all of the NPCs can travel around, but it gave a big warning on there that said, if you do this, make sure that you don't do this in the game that you're actually playing, because they can and will die, and you will not always be there to resurrect them.
I'm right behind you. I am at your command. Lead on.
Well, she's supposed to have a lantern. Like, she's supposed to wear it, but she's not for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Okay, anyways, we're gonna move on now. And while we're at it, let's set this to forage. Okay, now the first thing that we're going to do tonight is... Oh, I love that sound. I'm going to turn this up, by the way, now that I'm thinking about it. And we don't need the music. But the first thing we're going to do is one of the mods that I have downloaded. I'm going to be able to show off on the way to doing this mod, as I can show you right now. So you can see the roads do look slightly different, with these little bordering walls, things like that. A couple fences. But anyways, the main mod that we're about to be taking care of, though... Oh, and I turned off the grass with console commands in case anybody sees that and is wondering why there isn't any grass. The main mod that we're going to be working on right now is... and that was the foraging. Over here on this bridge, is a man that is going to help us get our new player home. You learn from your experiences foraging in the wild. You feel as though you are improving. So I just leveled up my foraging a little bit. And I'm getting hungry, so I ate it right up. So we're gonna search this guy, and he's got the mysterious ring, an orcish dagger of the assassin, deals 12 extra damage or 10 times as much if the last hit was, with this effect, killed a victim. Nice. His journal and 2 potions. Oh. Couple potions, actually. And he's supposed to be dead. But with the improved roads, these bridges are improved. There is a little bug though. Pretty sure that this is supposed to be lit, but it may not be supposed to be lit because this end of the bridge is broken. Like, the modern made it broken. But, it adds a few unique bridges because before the only unique bridges were was the Dragonstone Bridge? Dragon Gate Bridge? Something like that. Got a Nern route somewhere. Oh, there it is. It was hiding. Okay, now I believe we have to read his journal first. Paralewis' journal. If I mispronounce that, I'm sorry. 15 of Evening Star, 4th Era 200. I am utterly astounded by this discovery. Never before have I found the like of this place in my not inconsiderable experience of Dwemer excavation. I gotta get something to make me be able to see these better. Damn. I guess I'm just gonna have to move really close. As the divines would have it, during an expedition to Blackreach, I literally stepped upon the ring. I can't be entirely certain, but with its markings, I'm almost convinced is what it should say, that this is a Dwemer gate ring. It will require more examination, of course. About 5 days later, because I'm not going to read the date to you every time. It's a Dwemer gate ring, and it works flawlessly. Of course, if it didn't, I probably would not be writing this journal. But that aside, it's beyond fantastic. Places such as this have only been heard of in the very whispers of rumors. Even the very structure is unique. Abandoning the typical blush green power so typical to Dwemer decoration and light source, either the crafter of this plane wanted to set himself aloft, or the source of the power itself is unique. At the moment, I am still exploring the structure. More entries to come. More entries to come. The next day. Whoever built this structure intended it to be a safe haven of sorts. In fact, it seems that if one could stand the confinement, one could live here indefinitely to the end of his days. I'm admittedly grateful that it seems no previous tenants decided to do so. That would be rather disconcerting. All of the necessities are provided for. Personal care, food, water. Even one's animals are given space and food. Speaking of, there's a strange energy like being that has taken up residence in the plane. So far, it doesn't appear hostile, but I'm keeping my distance all the same. In the cooking area, there is a mechanism which appears to not only manipulate time to preserve food inside of it, but by some magical means replicates it. I suspect that the water found here is generated in a similar manner, and perhaps waste is disposed of by a reverse process, though that is entirely speculation. There is no way to tell as of yet. It is exhausting trying to read super small print in a font that I'm not used to. The next day. I am speechless. I have had the opportunity to access the porch, if it can be called such. Outside the master living area, there are no words for it. I have come to think of it as the blackness, a vast expanse with an almost tangible emptiness just to look at, as though one were staring infinity in the face. Above, a mass of energy, or perhaps energies, swirls about in beautiful measureless vortex. Whether the vortex is natural or some product of the mechanism that sustains this place, I do not know. What I do now know is that this structure is no buried ruin such as I originally believed. No, this is not in Tamriel at all. It literally is its own world, the inner space, a tesseract. The 5th of Sun's dawn. After such revelation, it would seem that anything further could not possibly compare, but my searching, I have found records suggesting that there is more to this structure, and even the structures like it. How many are not specified, but one name stuck out to me. D. Clunk Krogan. I had seen the place mentioned in previous Drimmer records during unrelated research. I will have to examine it all further, as the records themselves are centuries old at least. I have been living here now for several months. The Jarls and their exuberant pieces and silly requirements be hanged. Why pay a fortune for a mediocre home when I can live like a king in my own world? Granted, I've needed to make some changes to the place. Die-hard Dwemer archaeologists and scholars would probably find the modifications unforgivable, but they were necessary for livability. I refuse to apologize. No matter how advanced the Dwemer may have been,